today is the day. We don't know the tour, of course, LOVEBITES. I'm sorry I've been a little bit distracted from this in the recent days, guys. There were some family issues. I had like a close relative that died, and there's been a funeral yet. It happened a few weeks ago now. But it's kind of like, you know, you have to call your brother, your sister, your mother. Yeah, you talk about a lot of people, right? So I did some time. But honestly, otherwise, I've been a little too much into honest magic. It's like, I got like top 100 in the world a few weeks ago. And then I was like, I have to get to, you know, like, I really want to get to like number 1, right? So I played that a lot. But today instead, I've been playing Nioh 3. So, I'm gonna show you my Midori inspired character Nioh 3, right? So I've been working on a character, because it's a gal look, Japanese gal look, right? She looks kind of like this. You know what, I love Midori, right? This is kind of funny, because like the first character I played in Nioh 2, which is then like, well, I best start to channel on, she looks like Midori, you know? That's what I love about her, because immediately when I saw, you know, Midori the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, she's like the perfect gal, you know? She's like the perfect gal! And it's just crazy, because I didn't leave below for it, but when I played Nioh 2, right, like a few years ago now then, 5 years, whatever, the character I played, she looks so much like Midori. Like, so this is more into. But anyway, this time I really made her inspired though. By of course Midori, right, with the eye patch and everything. Oh, this is perfect. One last highlight, guys, though. One thing I actually really appreciate with Nioh is that you can make the character really muscular, yeah. I know you can really, you know, you can really be like, I want to have really well-defined, you know, biceps and so on the female characters. I really appreciate that with Nioh. And of course, you know, Midori is, you know what I mean. Anyway, let's go to today's the day. But okay, let's check out today's the day. But one thing before, of course, and I point out that this is not on their main channel, right? This is not actually like official, whatever you call it, music video, live recording, right? This is from the list that I got a few weeks ago, where the songs the LOVEBITES have that are not on their main channel, right? So I think, to be fair, my brain is easier to accept any mistakes here, so to speak, right? And not from the actual, I'm talking about the, you know, the band members, I'm talking about the editing, right? You know, for example, I watched a Babymetal video like a few months ago, and that video I genuinely felt from a director, right? Because I worked on, you know, like trailers and so on, and, you know, not music videos, but more like, you know, like game trailers and so on, right? And I've talked about it in the past, and now video game music. And that Babymetal one, that really made me be like, God, this is like terrible. Like, this is genuinely like terrible directing, right? The editing is terrible. Like, it really pissed me off. Nothing to do with actual band members, right? But I was like, my God, it's terrible. Why is the angle of this for? Doesn't make any sense. So it's completely like noobish done, right? And it really made me be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna roast it basically, right, in my review. But I feel here, to speak from my mental standpoint here, I might say that stuff here, right? See what happens. But I do feel I'm a little bit less harsh, so to speak, or less serious on that part, right? Here, because I know this is maybe like a fan recording. I'm assuming, right, this hasn't gone through like hours of editing this video here. I don't really know, right? I don't really know. But my point, like, but yeah, let's go. So this is some heavy metal never dies. So I have probably seen some other performance from this part, or not. Sure. Oh, it's the piano one? Oh, whoa, it's just being... That was a great start. That was a fantastic start. And you know what I'm gonna say, guys? Talked about this before. You know what I'm gonna say? I really want to make my own video game company, right? And I want to hire LOVEBITES to make all my video game music. That was a great intro. I don't know, it was a very, very strong intro. I really liked it. And as I always say, right, I'm like, man, this would be like an amazing video game music. They felt like the ultimate, like this is the boss fight mode. I always feel that when I hear Love. I don't broke a record or anything, but I'm always feeling like, man, this would be like a really, really good, like, you know, intro to like a boss fight, like a roleplay game, you know, Final Fantasy 7, you know. Yeah, it feels like perfect for that. This but that was really, it was a very good start there. And then Asami also then playing the piano, right? So this is more one of those piano things. But actually, think about it. I wonder if I ever seen him start playing the piano like that. Not for this tempo at least. I think that usually when she plays the piano, it happens later in the song, right? I can't. Not that many when she starts playing the piano, actually, when I think about it. But anyway, yeah, let's keep going.
Make you stronger, but doesn't stop and makes you wiser. But doesn't hurt you only means you go dependable. No need to worry about anything. No need to think about it again. No need to fear the pain that never more. Just got to listen to me, you living. Just got to hunger to me, you're trying. Just got to try to me, you might go to leave or go to die. Maybe it's just to me. Was you thinking to show you must go and never let back again. Day by day, jumping in of infinity. We'll rise up no matter what. It's our greatest glory. Today's the day, live every second like you lost. And it's for that sense of love, higher.
That was goddamn amazing. I found the hidden gem now of LOVEBITES. Not only me. But this was like, this could be the best shredding that I heard from LOVEBITES, like straight up, right? I think he's complete. This, I don't know. This feels like the unknown hit here, right? They don't have it on the main channel. Could go rewatch it. It was long. Like 2 minutes. It might be the record, right? Like, you know, this did that. Midori Miyako sitting there. That was like that. That just went on. That just went on, man. I was like, whoa. Yeah, it just kept going. It almost felt like I had to, you know, also the pause in between, right? But it's always, this is always the best part of LOVEBITES, right, when it comes to the music performance. Is of course you have this like dual battle right between these two girls, right? And this is definitely one of the best ones. Easily one of the best ones, yeah. Easily one of the best ones. So let's go and of course hear it again here. I like you can see on YouTube, it's like most replayed. Yeah. But honestly, it is a great feature. It is a great feature because this is probably the moment, right, when I want to go back to, because this is what everyone's like, yes, this is when they're shredding starts, right? So yeah, this feature is honestly really good on YouTube because this is probably the time where we wants to go back. First of all, so I can be a pause now so we can talk about them separately, right? This has, I mean, of course, Miyako did a lot of that, but I think this one is particularly good. It has some really nice, before as well, right? Some really nice tempo of it. I really like the rhythm in this song. This might be my new favorite song from Lovebites. Yeah, this has some really good rhythm in the background. It isn't just, that Miyako is amazing, but it's also, Haruna, everything behind it just feels all slightly better than it usually does. I mean, it's always good, right? But, I feel this one actually has a really, really perfect kind of, do we call it ambience, maybe? Like ambient sound? Is that making any sense? That's why I think my head the list. But something like that. But it really sticks out, right? So even this depot alone with Miyako is really, really good. Then of course, Midori comes in, right? It's a dual. Yeah, it might be my favorite, right? But this is like the perfect Miyako Midori, right? Again, Miyako starts, Midori comes in. But even if Midori never entered, right? If it's just that Miyako bit, I think it's one of the best. Again, Haruna's ABS drumming, whatever you call it, is amazing. She comes in, the back and forth. Yeah, I think this is one of the best ones they ever did. This really feels like the hidden gem thing. I haven't seen people talk about this one particularly that much before this here, honestly. But yeah, that bit's amazing. Let's keep going, right? So it happens more. I don't know. Maybe like Asami plays the piano again. I just throw it out there because that's kind of how the piano is usually played, like earlier in the end of the one. Yeah. Gonna say a lot more recommendations here, right? Yeah. Getting more Lovebites and Black Clover. Black Clover has like the greatest openings of all time, man. I can't wait for Black Clover to return, right? It's insanely good music openings in Black Clover. I've done many videos on them. YouTube now is not one. YouTube is like, yeah, you want more Lovebite? But actually, they also recently, look at it over me here, right? What's this thing? It's like a 1 hour, is it like a whole performance? I think it's recommended to me an actual whole performance, right? Yeah, maybe check it out one day. So it's very long, 2 hours, but yeah, like that's interesting. But anyway, let's go back. So I was right. Some more piano in the end there. Can I call that? I kind of expected that to be a thing. Like I said, it's kind of what I expected, right? From Lovebites, more from Asami, right? That she plays the piano in the end. Typically how it is, right? But yeah, this one is. This one I think was the best game. I keep calling Hidden Gem, right? I also kind of like that, especially Hidden Gem, you know. When I started this channel like a long time ago, when I was all talking about games for that matter, I was trying to be like, oh, this is a hidden gem of this year, RPG. You played this game? So it's like 10 years ago, and I'm only one who played it. It was kind of like that. But those but those videos were actually all genuinely probably more hidden gems. Because I was trying to talk about, you know, like old video games that people just genuinely hadn't played, right? Or I mean, very few people had played, of course. So it truly was more like that. And I don't know, this is a little less than that, but still, it's this feels like it's coming out of nowhere. Really good tempo, really good, like that. Yeah, but it's like I said earlier, I think this is one of the best Lovebites songs. It has a fantastic, you know, beat to it, right? Just the general of it, and like I usually say, I'm stuttering now. Like I usually say, the beginning. I like it when Lovebites has more a higher tempo, right? I like it when they kind of go off, you know, immediately in the beginning, right? Yeah. I prefer it overall. I think I prefer it in almost every song I listen to, right? Not just from Lovebites, I probably mentioned on the videos, but I kind of prefer it when it has like a higher tempo immediately. I'm not a big fan overall of like slow songs, you know what I mean? In any kind of musical genre. I want it to be a little more like that, right? It depends, of course. And obviously, I think that there are music, a slow song, a power ballad, or whatever. But that's probably what I prefer more, right? You know, yeah, I prefer like a heavy metal power ballad, and if it's gonna be slow, right? I've never been a fan of these. What is interesting, I think, I suppose, of like sad music, whatever you want to call it, genre, somber music. I don't know what we call it, right? But I think it's interesting because I'm a huge fan of sad. How I say it, soundtracks, right? You know what I mean? Like not how I say it, not like band performance, right? But like a video game tune, an anime, right, whatever, some kind of like, you know, soundtrack, right? I think like, you know, sorrow, Naruto, like sadness and sorrow. It's like when someone dies and they play that song, you're like, oh, you know, like those kind of thing, yeah, those kind of like sad, or you know, Nobuo Butsu, right, Final Fantasy, or he's like Arid Team, or yeah, those things I really like. I really like that. So I think in my head, it's a little bit like, I'm not a big fan perhaps of, how I say it, lyrics sadness. When someone is singing something that is sad, you know, and then it's like a slow song and it's sad and it's singing about sadness. Never been a big fan of that, right? But if it's like purely instrumental, you know, and it's like, oh, it's a sad tune, it's playing the piano, and it's like a very, you know, somber moment perhaps in this movie when someone died, and that things goes on, right? I think that works for me. That makes me cry every time, you know. I have it's time to cry, right? And this is one thing with me, that I can cry on command. No, but I think that if it's anyone, there is an overt cry when it's me. I cry all the time for music, right? But instrumental music, yeah. But whatever, this song is the opposite that I'm talking about. But my point is that overall, I kind of prefer, if we go back, right? This to me, it's much more exciting, right? Yeah, like, you know, much more, right? But I do like power ballad stuff from Lovebites, so absolutely. But yeah, overall, this to me, I like it when it's not that high tempo. So this song, like right away, right, is it's a good performance. Like I said in the first pause, right, I was like, man, yeah, that's like a really good intro. I think one of the best intros they have, and then just kept having like, you know, just really good beat to it, I suppose, all the way through. So I think this. I still really love, you know, anywhere you are. Yeah, I think from a lyric standpoint, that one is the best one. So it's so straightforward, and I know people say, yeah, it's more poppy, but I do like J-pop, right, and so on. So it's like, yeah, that's still my favorite. This is like my number 2 now, maybe. This is like, but it's definitely up there. This is my new favorite song, probably. It's definitely up there as one of the best ones. Also, good seeing Asami playing the piano, the high tempo beginning of, yeah. But this is It is really good. Lyric-wise, it was basically... I think it was kind of straightforward. Like lyric-wise, kind of like, it's kind of like what doesn't kill you make you stronger. What doesn't you get smarter. Fool me once, shame on you. That kind of feeling. So I think lyric-wise, it was okay. I think they have better lyric songs, definitely. But it wasn't like bad. It just felt kind of like we get it. I do think there is like My Academia song with the same name, right? From pornography, I think so. Today's Day or Day to Day. I think it has the same title. I think so. Never got the copyright, but obviously there are a lot of songs with the exact same name, right? Literally the exact same name, yeah. I think it is the exact same name, but whatever, or like one other letter or something like that. Very, very similar name it is. To the first opening, right? My Academia. If I remember correctly now. But anyway, guys, I think this is like one of the best ones they've had. So like I said earlier, leave a comment below, right? I'm gonna go over the other songs they don't have on their main channel then in the future, and I will try to make more videos, of course. Like I said earlier, it's a little bit like busy with all stuff in life, family death, close family relative and so on, and obviously I feel it's very tacky to make videos about that. Yeah, I would never do that. It's like similar stuff like when my dog died, like last. Yeah, I would never make videos. I don't know. I would never make videos about that. Even if I had like a whole, even if I had like a full-on, like blog life, this is my daily days kind of thing. Even then, I probably would never make videos about like someone dying or oh no, we're going to the hospital because this happened, or no, my wife's giving birth. I don't know. That to me is super strange. It's one thing to be like, oh, we're pregnant, we're gonna have kids now, whatever, right? But people that are like recording that inside, and I don't know, yeah. No. Never been a part of that, though. But I will admit, though, that honestly, a lot of my last 2 weeks now, something like that, I have to admit myself, has been kind of silly because I was planning to do a Lava video, like last week. But like I said, I was trying to get like rank 1 in the world in Magic, right? So I was in top 100. And if you lose a game there, you lose a lot of ranks, right? So there was a moment where I honestly felt, I wouldn't say addicted, and not really to the game itself either, just getting to rank 1, right, rather. So I lost like a 4 or 5 games, right? Suddenly I'm, ranked 500 in the world, right? Which is like, like the hardest and most popular card game in the world, so decent, right? But at that moment, right, I was like, no, I need to play more games, I need to get back in the list top 100, top 10, I need to get into like the top 10, So there was a moment last week when I straight up had planned, right, to make a new Labbas video, sitting up here and this stuff, took the time in my schedule, so to speak, I sit down here. Then I'm just like, yeah, but I played a game or two before, and I'm just like, oh no, I need to get my rank up, right? And I spent like 3 hours to grinding that rank up, and then suddenly, I can't, I have no time anymore to record a video, right? Because I have to, work and kids and all stuff, So I only have, of course, set limited of time per day, right? Obviously, to make a video. It's like I can spend like, an hour to maybe 2 hours per day, right? Depending on what day it is, like, whatever, you know, point. So it's kind of like, so I had a moment there, honestly, where I then afterwards like, oh no, I was supposed to do a Labba video. I was planning to do a Labba video. So I used to like no video that day, yeah. Yeah. But that's the danger, though. And I think it's a very different feeling from an addiction standpoint, because you're not addicted to like the game is so fun or that thing or I need to resist it. It's a very different feeling and a very different contextual situation where you're like top in the world thing, right? You're trying to reach some kind of like, and it isn't actually arbitrary. It isn't like some people are stuck in like ELO hell, talking about League, right? And they play League of Legends. I love friends that they play all 10 hours a day, right? And they're trying to go for like gold to like platinum or bronze or something like that. All that is really has no value, right? If you move from like whatever, like gold to silver or so on, it doesn't give you anything. It gives you happiness, but it doesn't give you any money or whatever, right? But when I'm playing Magic, I'm trying to get into, if you get to Magic in top in the world, you get qualifier points. You get invited to basically like the qualifiers, right? And then I won the last. In real life, then at this place where I live, I won the last like 4 tournaments in a row right now. So I want to go to like the qualifier. I want to play in the actual pro league kind of thing. Where I am, like invited to play pro league, right? So I got invited to play some, like local pro league and so on, right? So I want to win that. So yeah, I think it's a very different feel to it because you're not chasing some like random arbitrary. I want this many views or this much rank or this. It's more like I need to get this number so I get invited to this tournament in the city or on the internet or whatever. Right? So it's a very different thing. In my defense, but at the same time though, I will admit that obviously it's a little bit like now I want to be top 100. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much if you top like 110 or 100, right? It doesn't really matter. It matters if you're top 250. That's like a hard line there to get invited, right? So then it matters, right? But it's like I want to get to like to rank 10 or whatever, yeah. But it's kind of like when I played StarCraft 2 back in the days when I was new. Same thing there, many years ago. I never managed, fortunately, to get to rank 1 in StarCraft 2 in Europe ladder, but I got to rank 6, right? That was the highest one I got to. This is like many years ago, like 15 plus years ago, right? Oh my god, like 7, oh, Jesus Christ, I got new. But anyways, I got to rank 6 in the European ladder, right? Which is harder than the American ladder, but point out. But anyway, and that those kind that I can always say, well, I was top 10 in the the world, yeah, top 10 in Europe. you can always say that, right? So it does feel different though, but yeah, it does feel different, and it's kind of funny because it probably wouldn't be that much of a difference, right? Get like 7 or 6, you know what I mean? But it is like, yeah, I got in the single digit, that thing, right? Yeah, like getting to like rank 9, 8, 7, that thing doesn't matter too much, right? It's just getting under 10, so you can say I was in top 10, the single digits. Yeah, it's like that, right? So it's like yes, one digit, yeah, but it's very, yeah, I was like, man. But yeah, there was a few days last week, especially, when I was like, no, I need to get the top 10, I need to get up there. Similar feeling there, yeah. And unfortunately, I haven't reached it yet in the World in Mali this tournament. I got to top 100, and I got down to like the 38. I think it's the best I have so far this season. Which is still good, right? 38 in the world. But I'm like, I want to get to, like I said, like I'm talking, I want to get to top 10, right? You want to get to rank 1, but it's kind of how you think. You want to get like, single digits, then you want to get to the number 1 spot, of course. Anyway, long rant about addiction, I guess. But there is a weird addictive feeling, right? But I think it's very different than being addicted to like playing games in general. Yeah, I think it's a very different thing. It's like grinding. It's a very different feeling. But also, of course, it's much harder because everyone you're playing against are very, very good, right? So it does feel, unfortunately, like a Maddox or card game, it does feel very random based, right? Because so many games I'm facing like a person who's top 10 in the world, right? They're not gonna do any mistakes. So a lot of the games feels very random based because we are both gonna play like perfectly based on our hands, right? The God gives, so to speak, right? So it's very RNG Jesus, to be fair, and that is annoying because there's so many times where you really feel I can do nothing to win this game, right? Because the other guy is playing perfectly, so there's nothing I can do, right? If I have a bad hand on, it's kind of annoying a game to try to be number 1 in, certainly. But anyway, guys, that's the video, guys. Long rant over. See you guys and have a great day.